The hidden stress effect hurting your family, work, and health is usually not the stress you can see, it's the pressure leaks. If you've ever noticed that even when you stop working, your mind doesn't, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're with your family, but mentally somewhere else, or you're working, but carrying more guilt because you're not being present at home. And over time, that pressure starts to leak into the way other people experience you and your own quality of life. My name is Charlotte Stebbing-Mills. For over 20 years, I've helped high-performing leaders, founders, and changemakers optimize their stress, overcome burnout, and sustain fulfilling lives without losing themselves along the way. And one thing I've noticed again and again is that the people carrying the most responsibility and trying the hardest to hold everything together are often the people that I believe we cannot afford to keep burning out. So by the end of this video, you'll have the answer to 3 important questions. Is your stress affecting more than you realize? How exactly is your pressure leaking out? And how can you stop this without sacrificing your ambition or letting people down? So stick around until the end because I want to show you how to stop pressures leaking into the parts of your life that you care about the most. I was sitting with a new client last week and she burst into tears. She explained how she was stuck in this cycle of overthinking and procrastination. Her mind was constantly active around work even when she stepped away from it. She felt guilty about not executing and at the same time not being fully present with her family. Her daughter had started saying things like, "Mummy, are you listening?" And her reality is that she was there physically, but mentally she was still inside work. At the same time, at work, her team had started hesitating before approaching her because they could feel the tension and the urgency that she was carrying. Small things that normally wouldn't bother her had suddenly started to trigger frustration and impatience and emotional shutdown. Until that point, she hadn't noticed how much her internal pressure had already started to shape those around her. See, our stress affects people more than we realize because of the ripple effect. The first ripple is you. This is your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your energy. The second ripple is the systems that you're a part of, right? This is typically the people that are closest to you. This is your partner, teammates, clients, friends, the people that are in your immediate environments. And then the third ripple, right, is society, right? Wider society. So this is things like your organizational culture, your wider community, perhaps your wider associates, right? Maybe people you don't see every day, like distant family or distant friends. This ripple effect is like dropping a stone in water. Our energy affects those around us for better or worse. You see, stress is rarely contained internally, even when we think it is. It moves through these systems. And this can create vicious cycles, right? For example, you feel guilty, you work harder, you suppress more, you become more emotionally unavailable, you feel even guiltier, perhaps more tension starts overspilling, we have less focus with the team, our partner, our kids are suffering. You know, there's even research to show that stress spreads physiologically. One study found that simply observing someone under stress can increase their stress levels too, which means people don't just hear your stress, their body is actually responding to it. And this is why thinking that you're holding it all together can become part of the problem. Because while you're trying to contain the pressure internally, the people around you are still experiencing the ripple effect. And to be clear, this isn't about never feeling stress or pretending to be calm all the time. Healthy people still feel pressure. The difference is they process it instead of silently carrying it until everything else starts leaking to everyone else. And the good news is, if stress can spread, that means that calm, safety, emotional regulation, and grounded leadership can spread too. So take a moment to reflect and get clear on what is being affected by you right now. Be really compassionate with yourself, right? Be kind. This isn't a time to, bash yourself for perhaps the effect you have on other people. But take a moment to just identify how specifically you or others are being affected right now, and we'll cover how to turn it around very shortly. If you're already recognizing yourself in this and want to understand what your stress pattern is really costing you, then I've linked the Stress Less scorecard below because it helps you to identify where your pressure is building, what's draining your energy, and which stress patterns may already be affecting your life more than you actually realize. So, how exactly is your pressure leaking out? Well, think of yourself surrounded by an energy bubble. When that bubble is strong, you feel grounded, clear, present, resourceful, able to handle pressure without it spilling over everywhere. But when that bubble becomes deflated, we are less patient, we're less warm, less tolerable, we're more distant, we become more controlling, perhaps feel emotionally flat, and typically we become a lot less playful and fun, don't we? And most people don't notice it at first because externally they're still functioning. This is what I call high functioning stress leakage, right? Our stress starts to typically leak out through our tone, our energy, our reactions, our body, and through the atmosphere that we start to create. And you don't need to be burned out before you start affecting other people. You just have to be internally depleted long enough that the pressure starts escaping indirectly. This starts showing up because of prolonged stress, because of over responsibility, because of mental pressure, emotional suppression, and especially because of lack of recovery. Most people have a deflated energy bubble, but as leaders, we need to role model what's possible and get the best out of people around us, don't we? So since you're someone watching one of my videos, I know that you're already someone who cares deeply. So the most painful part of all of this is that you care, but right now your bubble is no longer having the capacity to fully express that care consistently, to really be there and be in your full potential for other people. So before trying to fix anything, I want you to notice something honestly. So take a moment to reflect now and ask yourself, what is specifically deflating your energy bubble right now? How is your pressure leaking out? Recognizing the pattern clearly means that you can finally start to change it. So how can you stop your pressure leaking without sacrificing your ambition and letting people down? Now, this is the part most people get wrong. They assume that taking care of themselves means slowing down, disappointing people, becoming selfish, losing your edge, or lowering your standards. But in reality, the opposite is usually true, because self-sacrifice might look responsible in the short term, but over time is often creating the exact thing we are trying to avoid. So a strong energy bubble is what makes your influence really healthy and more sustainable, right? Grounded, clear, resourceful. When you're regulated, your energy gets protected, right? And you stop draining everybody else around you. You start to see all these smiley faces of the people that you are working with or being around. So you become a lot more like yourself again, right? You tend to have a bit more warmth. Maybe you get a bit more humor coming back. Maybe you become more curious and find your sense of vitality again. This is where you stop operating from depletion and start operating from your overflow, right? And importantly, you can be fully present again without carrying any guilt. The highest performing people I've worked with are not the people constantly running on pressure. They're the people who know how to regulate themselves. They know how to recover, how to communicate their needs clearly, how to create safety within themselves and for other people, right? They are the ones that know how to protect their energy and generate more. They're also the ones that know how to lead without a sense of toxic urgency. And that doesn't require disappearing for months at a time or changing your entire life overnight. It usually starts with small intentional shifts that stop pressure building and leaking essentially into everyone and everything around you. So, for example, this can look like taking a pause before switching into work mode to home mode, for example. Those are what we call conscious transitions. It can also look like proactively reflecting, right? That means asking yourself, what am I carrying right now? Perhaps before entering a conversation or before heading home or into the office. It practically looks like naming emotions. It looks like communicating your capacity and what you really truly need instead of silently overcommitting to everything. It can look like removing distractions, right? Or allowing other people to support you. You don't have to do everything on your own, right? This can also look like obvious things that we just don't do, like scheduling recovery. Or simply bringing joy and playfulness to your day. And lastly, again, it sounds very simple, but creating these small resets throughout the day instead of waiting until burnout actually starts forcing one. Take a moment to reflect on what you're going to choose to do to inflate your energy bubble, because this becomes your personal ripple system, right? Recognize your ripple, strengthen your bubble, and watch how you can sustain your positive impact on yourself and the people around you. If you're struggling to inflate your energy bubble, or if this conversation has made you realize that your pressure is already affecting your relationships, your health, or your work more than you thought, I'd really encourage you to take the free Stress Less scorecard linked below. It's going to help you to identify where pressure is building, what's draining your capacity, and what deeper stress patterns may be leaking into the areas of your life that matter most to you. So remember, the goal is not to never feel stress. Is to stop carrying pressure in a way that slowly drains you and the people around you. Because just like stress spreads, your calm, presence, emotional safety, and leadership spread too. So that's the ripple effect that most people actually want to leave behind, isn't it? So if you're sitting there thinking, but I am resting, so why do I still feel depleted? Then watch the next video here. It's called Rest Won't Fix This Type of Burnout. Because for most people, the real problem isn't the lack of rest, it's that the pressure never switches off in the first place. And to recover, you must know why. So I'll see you in that video.